Alright, so as you can all see, I am back with a new deck idea, and this one I actually came up with on the fly, and it kills me to play with these figures because there's not really coverage all across the board. So I worked with what I could, and all around I'm very pleased with how the team looks, how it functions. I went for a more speedy setup, with the exception of, as you're going to see, I'll make a Shenron, who's unfortunately on the slower side. But I have him in there just to have a really, really hard hitter. And starting off, we have a really, really difficult free battle, and that is Goldo. Really quick though, I'm going to just go over the team here. So we have the speedy version of the most recent update we still have. We're unfortunately still waiting, of course, for the new update to get here, which I think a lot of us are really impatient for at this point. I especially would like to see Khalifa's figures, because she's bound to get at least one or two of them. But anyway, figure 536 with ADM B, Speed Up A, and Ultimate Gauge Down every turn. Now, I know that he doesn't really need this, but that's just an added safety measure, just in case. Plus, I didn't really know what else to put on him, other than maybe defense, but his defense is lacking as is. I could have maybe boosted his attack more, but his defense is just going to continue to get lower, as you'll find out as the match goes on, because I'm using the new Cell, who I'm going to be pairing up with him for a lot of the game. And it's really safe to just ultimate gauge down every turn when you have a figure like Frieza weakening the opponent, and you have someone like Cell in front. And again, as you're going to see, this is a very speedy setup. Now, you're going to notice that 3 of the figures on the stack share the exact same turret square, so that kind of limits me, which sucks. But at least I do have spots in the upper middle and in the upper left. But yeah, figure number 534 with Attack Up F, ADM Up F, and Speed Up A. Everyone has Speed Up A to pick up the slack for Omega Shenron. And I really wanted to have Omega Shenron on the team just because he's such a hard hitter. And he can very safely go behind, again, Cell. And then we have one of the original figures who's still very decent in his own right. Number 53 with ADM Up F, Speed Up F, and Speed Up A. Then we have one of my new favorite, well, yeah, I would say both are my favorite figure in the game, just because it's Janemba. Freaking love Janemba. But, yeah, figure number 532 with Attack Up B, ADM Up B, and Speed Up A. And then we have figure number 469 with Speed Up B, Speed Up A, and Ultimate Gauge on every turn. Let's see how this goes. I expect to lose quite horribly, especially since Goldo has a Videl on his side. The thing that's really going to be helping me there is the high speed of my team and Frieza. And right off the bat, I'm going to risk it because Vegito goes in front anyway, so even if he goes in front of Cell and Frieza, I know they're both going to hit him. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put Janemba out, because he can at least take a hit or two before, of course, he goes kaput. And as I suspected, Vegeta goes in the upper left, so Frieza and Cell are going to be able to do some very good damage to him. They should be able to kill him, I think. Then again, he's got really high health. I didn't see what his defense was like. Okay, that's huge, because without this counterattack, I might not have been able to kill him. I have a feeling Frieza's going to be able to close this out. Yeah, we're good. That could have been very bad for me. So I'm thankful I was able to at least get rid of Cell for the time being. And as expected, Janeva's not going to finish off Goku because, again, he's the speedier version. But I'm really glad I went with the speedier version because I have a feeling I'm going to need it for that Videl. Janeva's going to come close to death here, but he'll live thanks to his trigger square. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do here is just do a quick swap. Because Janemba's already 1 foot in the grave as is. Let's see, who goes in the middle again besides Goku? Okay, both Videl and Kefla. Right, they have the same trigger spots in the back middle. You know, I'm actually going to go ahead and bring out Omega Shenron. This might blow up in my face, but I'm going to just risk it anyway. Plus, if I recall, that Kefla doesn't have a whole lot of speed. Okay, good. I still outspeed anyway. Very decent. I think I made the right play here, because now I'm going to be able to get rid of Kefla. She hits hard and has decent HP, but she doesn't have a whole lot of defense behind her. Even with her going second. And I would have killed the Bardock anyway with Janemba here, but that's fine. What's also nice about this is Janemba got a huge attack boost. So it's going to be a lot safer, of course, if I keep in mind, so for the rest of the match. Please kill the Kefla. Okay, good, yeah. He hits really surprisingly good numbers. Yeah, my Master's going to be hurting a bit here, but should still be fine. Let's see, upper middle and back right. Bottom middle, upper right. Okay, so they're both on the left side, essentially. So what I think I'm going to do here now is I'm going to take... Actually, no. Hold on. Let me check their speed before I decide on anything. Okay, he's relatively quick. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and run this. I'm not going to be able to utilize Kid Boo's trigger square too much, but I just think he's a really good all-around figure, so I wanted to include him in the team. Plus, so at least he should be able to kill Goku here anyway. I really don't need to put anyone behind Cell at this point. Right now, I'm just focused on defending my Master and dealing as much damage to the opponent as possible. Okay, I'm really glad I got that counterattack, because that is really annoying. But she just barely lived off that. She had 6 HP left. Ridiculous. Thankfully, that went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. I expected to lose that horribly. Let's see, who do we have up next? Yeah, we'll do 6. Oh boy, this should be interesting. Yeah, I'm already not looking forward to this one. I want to say that this is still the most defensive setup that the AI has. Just look at his team, it's ridiculous. He's got the SR Zamasu, Vados, and Whis. Yeah, that's a really obnoxious setup. But we'll see what we can do with it. You know what, I'm actually going to go ahead and... we're going to wait on using Omega Shenron and Kid Buu, I think, just to play it safe. And I kind of have to put Janemba out in front a lot, just so I can, you know, get his passive to go off. Not passive, but, you know, his trigger square. I want to get him down to 1 HP wherever I can, but of course I want to do it safely and methodically. If I can keep him around longer, and just keep putting him in front, that's even more beneficial, I think. Because he's getting an attack boost each turn anyway. And what somewhat sucks about this is that whoever I put behind Cell is going to have their defense lowered. But since Frieza's decreasing everyone's overall damage and speed, it's really not that bad. And my biggest concern right now is getting rid of not just Vegito, but Trunks. But Trunks does a lot more than I thought he would. Well, I doubt the AI is going to put him out another turn, which kind of sucks, but can't really do much about that. And now that Janemba's good and ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and put out and make a Shenron. And thankfully the AI screwed up here, Whis is not in his trigger square. There's that 300. By the way, I wanted to thank a few of you who have left those comments on one of my previous deck suggestions. I want to say it was my latest one that I have uploaded. At the time of this recording, of course, you know, before this one. Just wishing me well after my uncle passing. I really appreciate that very much, so thank you for those. And I just hope that everyone else out there is staying as safe as they can, wearing a mask, washing their hands, etc. Let's see, I kind of want to start building up Kid Buu. I think he'll do enough... Actually, no, because Omega did quite a low number. I'm actually going to do this for this turn. I may have just shafted Frieza here, but we'll see. I would say the most annoying thing about this free battle is Zamasu. He's just going to keep healing himself with all of those defense boosts and his master as well. Oh god, that did nothing. Well, Omega Shenron should be able to kill these here, so that's going to be huge. Oh wow, Zamasu did a lot more than I thought he would. And of course, because I got Omega Shenron out here, no ult for me. Oh well. And you know what, I'm gonna do this too. Okay, hopefully Kid Buu gets to hit the Trunks. If not, I kind of shaft myself. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play it safe and put him in front of Vados, because Vados shouldn't be able to do enough damage. Well, hold on. Stacks are in that turn only. Okay. Yeah, I think Buu's kind of screwed either way. So I'm going to risk it here and just put Omega Shenron out again. I'm going out speed, and thankfully it looks like he will be getting rid of Trunks. I'm trying to keep as many figures as I can here. Let's see, do I get shafted here? Okay, thankfully no. That would have really screwed me. I think Cell's unfortunately going to die this turn. But then again, he's got help. Oh yeah, never mind. Janema should be able to kill him. No problem. Not a bad number considering Vados is on the field, I think. Same with Omega. Very nice. And again, I have Omega on the field, so I don't get an ult. That's fine, though. That's a really small price to pay when you're getting a 30% damage boost on top of, you know, 95-40 attack. That's huge. I don't even have any attack boosting skills on him, and he's doing that much. Let's see. Who's gonna hit hard? You know, I'm gonna keep building up Janema, but I kind of need to do that. Also, I'm gonna get rid of Cell for right now. Put Frieza on the field. Yeah, this Vados can't really do anything to me. Ooh, Spirit Bomb. I'll gladly take that. I'm actually thoroughly impressed with this deck, despite how awful the coverage is across the board. It seems to be handling itself well. Well enough, anyway. I've actually been wanting to do a vid like this for the longest time. I think I sat for a good around 20 minutes or so before I realized I need to just suck it up because there aren't enough villain figures that go across the entire board. It just kind of sucks. A lot of that is relegated to the protagonists and the anti-heroes, such as Bardock and the androids. Because when you think about it, the only real evil androids are Super 17, Android 13, 14, and 15, of course. If you want to count Cell, go ahead. I don't think Cell is really that inherently evil, though. I mean, yeah, he's a cocky douche, but, I think that's the worst of it. To be fair, he's got Vegeta in him, so it makes sense. And Frieza. Let's see, 21. I think that's going to be a Vegeta one, if I recall correctly. Okay, no, it's Dragon Ball Super, Android 17. That's fine. He has a very gimmicky deck, so this will be a breeze compared to the other two. Do I want to run Omega Shinra on turn 1? Yeah, you know, let's go for it. Why not? I should have probably put Frieza on the board first, but can't go back now. And surprisingly, I'm getting Onsabat here. Completely forgot about, 18. I want to say that's coming from 18. Yeah, that's definitely coming from 18. Because she adds like 2,000 to everybody. It's kind of ridiculous. And she hits surprisingly hard. Holy hell, dude. I should hit harder, though. Thankfully, though, the buff that 18 gives everyone, it's one turn only, so it's basically gone now. And it locks her entire team in place. So I can actually ramp up the game right now if I want to. And I'm gonna do just that. Let's see, how should I do this? I don't have anyone that can go in the upper right, so that kind of sucks. Besides Cell, of course. Let's see, who's gonna hit harder? Yeah, you know, we'll do this. We'll put Kid Buu on the field and put Freeze on there just to be safe. What's also kind of nice about this is if you want to make it easier to get Janemba's trigger square off, you can put him behind Cell for a while to make his defense that much, you know, weaker. And then you could put him out on the front along with Cell. I think that's what their mindset was when they were making that batch of figures. Because this Janemba came with this Cell. And this Frieza. That could actually be decent. One thing you're going to have to watch out for is if your opponent double stacks in the same column, then you're in trouble. Yeah, I'm actually really glad I did that, that last turn, putting Freeze out here. That really helped. And I'm going to go ahead and try to ult with Omega Shenron. And to play it safe, I'm going to put Frieza on the field again, along with Kid Buu. I'm anxious to see how much Omega Shenron's going to do here. I'll gladly take that just to secure the kill. There's no way this kills, which sucks. Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. Alright, Kid Buu's awesome, I guess. Yeah, you know, I'm actually really surprised I managed to breeze through all those free battles as easily as I did with this deck. I expected it to flop and not do very well. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gonna go knock out here. I'm pretty tired from work. Peace.